Now then, I'm looking forward to seeing this man once again, the Commonwealth Super Middleweight Champion, Henry Wharton. He's still undergoing something of a learning process, as all boxers must, but I'm sure it won't be long before we see him challenging for more titles. His opponent tonight comes from Nebraska and goes by the name of Kenny Schaefer. I wonder what kind of a test he'll be for the impressive Wharton. Let's go back to ringside and rejoin Ian Dark.
Thank you very much indeed. Kenny Schaefer, the American from Omaha, Nebraska, is already in the ring, and we await the entrance now of Henry Wharton, and just listen to the reception that he'll receive here in his home city. Mickey Duff leading him out, and there is Wharton, unbeaten so far in 13 contests. The crowd can't see him yet.
Come on, move a little faster, please.
Mickey Duff there, orchestrating our cameraman as well. He's used to directing events in the boxing world, and he's seen all this before, of course. Terry O'Neill as well around. Denny Mancini, and Wharton trying to remain oblivious to all of the paraphernalia going on around him. This is an interesting behind-the-scenes shot you're getting. The crowd can't see this. Wharton just in the shadow boxing stage, trying to keep warm. And out he comes now. He's being directed out. Mickey Duff's telling him, come on, they're playing your song. Well, we're joking, but it's a very serious business for the Commonwealth Super Middleweight Champion, Henry Wharton. Every member of the crowd are on their feet here. The place is a virtual sellout. A thunderous reception for Wharton. He's an exciting fighter, all right. 8 of those 12 wins have come inside the distance, though interestingly, his last 3 fights he's had to go all the way. He could do with getting this one over inside just to restore his reputation as the big puncher. He certainly has a wicked left hook, doesn't he, Glenn?
He's got a very good repertoire of punches, and he can really bang with that left hook. And he doubles it up and trebles it up. He's a very good fighter.
So Henry Wharton, he does get very tense, he says, before his fights, and they've been trying to relax him. They've said to him this time, don't watch any videos of your opponent, just stay cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. National Promotions is proud to present an international super middleweight contest of 10 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the red trunks from Omaha, USA, a welcome please for Kenny Schaefer. And in the red corner, wearing the black trunks, the super middleweight champion of the Commonwealth from York, Henry Wharton! At the weigh-in at 11 o'clock today, Schaefer scaled 12 stone 2 pounds, Wharton 12 stone 4 pounds. Your officials appointed for this contest by the British Boxing Board of Control, the timekeeper Mr. Frank Capewell, the referee Mr. Phil Cowshill of Manchester.
So we're all set to go here, and Wharton, having received that reception, goodness knows what it's going to be like if he ever fights for the world title up here, and the way things are going for him, that might happen. He may well get a shot at one of the 4 versions of the title before another year or 2 is out. Wharton, who has gypsy blood in him, he's been travelling all over the country, but he lives here in York now. And away he goes. Henry Wharton in York, his home city, in the black trunks here against Kenny Schaefer from Omaha, Nebraska, which was the birthplace of one of the heavyweight champions of the 1930s.
He's straight off with a jumping in left hook. He's an exciting fighter, very exciting fighter, and he is a very good hooker.
There's work again from Wharton. Schaefer just trying to keep him off for the moment, using his jab, trying to keep him off balance.
He needs to do that. He needs not to let Wharton get set, because when he gets set, we know how dangerous he is. He's got to keep his jab going and keep a bit of distance between the two of them.
Schaefer with the look of one of those clean-cut all-American boys. He's a nice young fellow. I was speaking to him in the hotel this afternoon. Works for his father's architectural woodworking company. He's not one of those fighters who grew up amid poverty and despair and ran with the street gangs. Far from it.
He's got, on paper, quite a good record as well. 16 wins in 19 fights, but a couple of recent defeats too. Tomo used to Verdo an early knockout. Maybe shows the lines that Wharton's in there with a chance of doing an early win.
He's caught with a left hand, I think that was only a slip.
I think he was off balance, throwing himself forward, trying to throw a combination.
No knockdown counted there. Wharton, as you can see, is the smaller man by a couple of inches. He's outreached by Schaefer. Schaefer also stepped way out of his depth when he went in with the former world champion Christophe Tiozzo in Paris at the end of last year and got beaten in 2 rounds. Interesting test for Wharton, but it's a fight. If he's going anywhere, really, he must be winning.
He does. I think, to really show his form, he needs to get Schaefer out the way.
3 good left hooks. Now Schaefer, and laid out by that left in the first round, and he might not get up. He's not going to get up. It's a first round win for Wharton. Well, Kenny Schaefer was playing with fire when he started to trade there with Wharton, and he paid the ultimate penalty. That left hook laid him out, and he's still down on the canvas and does not look in a very good way.
It was a beautiful left hook, but Schaefer fell pretty badly, and he was definitely hurt very badly. He banged his head when he went down. He's trying to get up. I think he looks to be okay.
Sorry, Glenn, I was cutting across you then. I was just going to say that it's the 6th first-round win for Henry Wharton in 13 victories, no defeats, and that 1 draw against Lou Jett. Luckily and happily, Kenny Schaefer is back on his feet. Thank goodness for that, but he is still feeling the effects of that. His first ever trip to Britain last only 1 round. Wharton going over to make sure that Schaefer is okay and offer a few words of consolation. So let's just see exactly how this happened.
He was very patient, Wharton. He threw a few jabs, and he was looking for his opening, and then he got it there with that good left hook. And the first one did the damage, and he just kept banging them in. Schaefer did a mistake there by trying to trade with him and caught out for it. Caught out badly.
Yes, you see, Schaefer really here, having been caught with this first left, that one, he needed really to go back on the ropes, cover up, buy some time. Instead, here, he leaves himself wide open trying to trade, and here we go, bang. Good night, lights out.
That's right, a big mistake to do that with Henry Wharton.
So, Henry Wharton here, the former England international, the star amateur, has notched up another professional win. The home fans here love it. 14 fights now, he's unbeaten, and he's the Commonwealth champion, and there'll be a defence announced within a moment or two by Mickey Dunn for his next fight for that Commonwealth title.
Kenny Schaefer having failed to beat the count, the winner on a countdown, Henry Wharton!
So there it is, all confirmed for you from the Barbican Centre at York. Exclusive stuff from Henry Wharton.
Gary, it's not a lot you can say about that, really, is there?
No, well, I was just watching it and the replays, and I was quite impressed with Henry because after he hurt him the first time and Schaefer backed up, instead of going straight back to the head, he went to the body and he threw about 3 or 4 body shots and then brought it back up to the head. And in such a short space of time to think of that and do that, that was impressive.
Let's have a look. Here's the end of the fight.
This is where he caught him the first.
The first one, yeah. Then he tried the jab.
Then, no, that's, he backs off, then he goes to the body now.
Yeah, he threw one at the body there. He does go down. He's learned a lot.
Yes.
He has learnt a lot.
Yeah. Although that was a quick fight, but that was an impressive performance. And the way it ended was predictable, but he'd done it well. It was clinical and clean, which you can't ask for no more.
How far can Henry Wharton go on that performance?
Well, there's still a little bit of a debate. His last 3 performances, he's gone the distance, which throws room for doubt because he didn't punch or seem as effective as he has done tonight. But he has the potential to go all the way, and the Slugger 02 fight will actually make a difference, and it will tell us whether Henry Wharton's going to be a world champion or he is just a contender.
Yeah, he has been officially told by the board that he has to fight for the British title now. Although he's Commonwealth champion, he has to meet Slugger 02.
Yeah, and Slugger 02 is a very awkward person. He's a very good fighter. He'd be hard to beat, and it would be impressive if Henry Wharton could actually stop 02.
If you put him in a light of like the Bens and the Eubanks and that, I mean, it's a little bit early, but how do you think he would fare with those?
In all honesty, I'd have to tip him against Eubank, and it'd be an explosive fight between him and Ben. You see the style he's got, and you've seen Ben's style. That's a cracker. That would pack anywhere. I'd give an arm and a leg to go and see him and Ben fight.
So would I. Do you think he can definitely go all the way then? For sure.
I will tell you after he's fought Slugger 02, because Slugger 02 will be his best opponent to date, and he'll be able to make a better judgment after he's fought somebody like Slugger 02.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, we'll go back to the OB in a minute, and we'll have a chat. But first of all, I did mention at the top of the show about Frank Bruno. So, Bruno was once again in the news, this time announcing the name of his next opponent. April the 22nd is the date, but who's the opponent?
Frank Bruno's return to the ring and his one-round fiasco with John Emmon left everyone calling for a more creditable opponent on his next outing. At a press conference earlier in the week, that opponent was announced, Jose Ribalta. The Miami-based heavyweight has been in with some worthy opponents of his own, including Mike Tyson. Bruno this time round is hoping to silence the critics.
I think he's a credible opponent because we tried to get Damiani and we offered him all sorts of different sort of money on that and he didn't come through. So I think Ribalta is a credible opponent. He's well known throughout the world and England, so he's got a lot of respect in the boxing world.
Bruno's manager Mickey Duff secured the fight with Ribalta after scheduled opponent Francesco Damiani had second thoughts. Ribalta, a big man of similar size to Bruno, is seen by Duff as a man to test Frank adequately. This will show you how dangerous he can be.
Look at Jose Ribalta.
The lovable Bruno, still Britain's best-loved heavyweight, said this of his opponent.
I know that he's had about 36 fights and he's very durable. He's been a distance with Barbican, Smith, Tim Witherspoon, Pierre Coetzee from South Africa, and he's pretty dangerous,
Well, I and a lot of other people will be awaiting the outcome of that fight with interest. Let's go back to the OB, back to Ian, and I think there's an announcement coming from Mickey Duff.
And here at York, here is Henry Wharton, a one-round win. You couldn't have expected anything quite that quick, could you?
Definitely not expected that. I said to Mickey in the change room, they said, prepare for a long night. He said, this man's a light heavyweight, come down super middle, 12 stone 4, ideal weight for him. They said he's been with some good men, real tough men. Expects a long fight.
It was a great punch that finished it. You found one of your classic left hooks there.
Well, he started trading with me, and once he started trading with me, I thought I could see him, I could see the opening. I tried it once earlier in the fight and I just missed, I caught him there.
The last 3 fights before that had all gone the distance, so it will make you feel good, I should think, to get back on the knockout trail, as it were.
Oh, definitely, it makes me feel good, even going the distance with the class of opponents I've been with. It makes me feel good that I've had a win over them. I'm very happy and I'm learning all the time. It gains experience.
Now, we've got Mickey Duff here, your manager, and he's just announced here, and this is a bit of news live on Sky Sports, your next fight. Tell us about it, Mickey.
I'm happy to announce that Henry's next fight is going to be at Leeds Town Hall on April the 8th. He had a sensational fight last year with a gentleman by the name of Rod Carr from Australia, from whom he won the Commonwealth title. Anybody that did not consider that the fight of 1991 was being biased. We're happy to say that we've made the return, and Henry's got the tough job of trying to improve on his last one. He's going to try and knock this guy out again. The last time they had a sensational fight, there was more blood and thunder and knockdowns and people falling out of the ring. It was a great fight, and I'm happy to say that the return is going to be on April the 8th.
Well, quick reaction to that from you. How do you feel about that? Because the last one was hard, really, wasn't it? Do you not want another 12 rounds with Carr?
Well, I'm not really bothered. I'm looking forward to it, really. You know, because it's been like a year since I boxed him, and it was a struggle to win the title there. It was a war, you know, and I'll see how much I've improved.
Okay. Well done tonight. Super stuff that. Mickey Duff's doing a great ticket selling job already.
Thank you very much.
Doesn't he? Doesn't he always?
Yes, he
What
does.
about that rematch? I mean, I think you saw the first one.
Yes, I was at the first one. It was an explosive and exciting fight. But Henry Wharton is now a year wiser.
Yeah.
And Carr might be a year smarter. I'm not so sure it's a good thing at this stage, because Henry Wharton is on the rise, and that is a step backwards in my mind. But knowing Mickey Duff's not silly, and he makes very few mistakes.
He's a good judge. He's obviously forgetting about Slugger O'Toole anyway. After the break, come back, more boxing. Stay with us.